welcome to another must-see episode on Badminton Unlimited. Coming up on the show this week, we speak exclusively with Kim Astrup and Skaarup Rasmussen about their journey to becoming Denmark's leading men's doubles pair.
But now we're trying to be more fluent on the court, that it doesn't matter who's in front and who's so it makes it more difficult to play against us.
Plus, we return to Uganda and get to know the BWF's para badminton experts who are helping the sport grow across the globe.
When I stopped playing badminton, I was straight into coaching. It's always been a real passion of mine.
Currently ranked 8th in the world, men's doubles pair Kim Astrup and Skaarup Rasmussen have made great strides in the past 2 years that have seen them become Denmark and Europe's top duo. An 8-year bond forged by their love for badminton, the shuttlers share with us how it all began.
I started playing badminton when he was 6 years old, I think, and my father used to play as well. Not on a very high level, but at least he played. But then someday my brother asked me to come with him to training, and it all started there. Almost in every sport I competed with my brother. He's 3 years older than me, so of course I like to beat him. But yeah, it's kind of competitive, but not in an unhealthy way.
I had some tough matches against my dad throughout the younger years, because just hitting a clear from backcourt to backcourt, it takes some time before you're big enough to do that. So I had some tough matches against him, and my brother, he also played, but not at the same level, and had some other hobbies and activities. But yeah, I remember the first time I beat my dad. That was a huge thing for me. But yeah, I don't know if it says that much in on the international level, but it's a good memory.
I think I just liked it from the beginning, and then when I first played some tournaments when I was 9 years old, I think, I also found out that I was okay at badminton, so that's maybe why I got to love it. I also played a lot of football when I was younger, and at the age of 14, I think, or 15, I made the choice that I quit football and started playing badminton. Then I moved away from home when I was 15 to start on college in Ikast, a local city. And I went there for 3 years while I took my high school, so that's when it started for me getting serious.
It was a bit later that I found out that I was going to do it professionally, but yeah, I've always used more time on badminton than on football, but I also played some tennis, but I've enjoyed all of these sports, but throughout the years I've been better in badminton than. I had a small stop when I was around 17 to 19, 20, and then I came back, and before we moved to Copenhagen to the National Center, I was 23. So for me, it was maybe the year before we moved to Copenhagen that you turn pro, but it's a long process to get where the point that you're living as a pro and earning and paying your bills from the sport prize money. So for me, it was a bit later that the professional way of life into badminton got to me, I think.
Some of the older guys from Denmark, Lars Påske and Jonas Rasmussen, and also Mathias Boe and Carsten Mogensen was some of the guys we looked up to, or at least I looked up to. But also Triple K and Tan and Fuafeng Kaijun, and these guys has been some major role models for me. I try to develop my own type of game, but it's nice to look up to somebody.
When we started competing with those guys, Joachim Fischer, for example, is also a huge role model. I beat him one time in a team match, and it meant a lot to me. It was a huge deal, but for him perhaps it wasn't. But beating him, some guy you looked up to, is was kind of a step in the right direction, and I remember going over to him and said, "Thank you for the match. I'm really happy for this victory." And he was just like, "Yeah, okay, go on."
I always played all three categories, but at some point you have to choose, and I chose to play doubles and mixed doubles when I was 17 years old. I think I stopped my single career. I think it was a lot more fun to play the doubles, so that's when I stopped playing single.
Yeah, I played singles throughout the youth. I was under 19 national champion, but from that to playing senior with all the guys was a huge step, so it didn't mean much in my level. So after the first senior tournament, I actually quit the singles because I lost 21-5, 21-5 to some guy who had already quit badminton, so I was like, that's not for me. And I think just right after that I turned into men's double and mixed.
Both Astrup and Rasmussen started their professional careers with different partners, but a decision in 2013 to pair them together saw Denmark continue to build on their rich legacy in men's doubles.
I played with Rasmus Flatberg before I played with Anders, and I think we have played together for 7 years
I
now.
think this is our now.
7th year, I think.
This is our 7th year in Copenhagen, so I think we'll play for 8 or 9 years.
Let's settle for 8 years. So obviously that's a very long time. And in the beginning it was quite nice for me to play with Anders is 3 years older than me, or 3 years older than me. It's an old habit for me to say 3. 3 years older than me. And that was at that time quite nice for me to have a little bit more mature person to play with.
Still is.
That has aligned a little bit now, so we are equally mature. Maybe I've matured a lot more than
I
he
have
has.
kids though. I know stuff that Kim doesn't. But
Doesn't say much. I think I'm the mature one right now.
I have my
I'm the
son
one.
and then I have a foster kid. That's name is Astrup, who I try to take care of as well.
I'm the adult on court and I'm the leader on court. You can ask our coach about that.
The difference between me and Kim I have a more, not a loose way of practicing and handling results, but Kim has always been really, you could say dedicated or focused, or but he takes it, if he loses in a game, particularly to me, it really annoys him, but he's very focused on winning, which I think is a really good skill. Kim has his own boxes of ways of doing things, but for example, playing box games, I have a more, I will do anything it takes to win, even if it means lifting 15 times in a row, and that doesn't fit Kim's mind because I shouldn't be playing like that in his mind, so he gets frustrated. But it's not fair to get frustrated when we're playing to win.
I'll start with the thing that annoys me the most, because that's the one that's clear for me. He annoys me a lot, just generally, because he is the way he is. And the way Anders is acting right now, he's also, yeah, I can see his mimic, even though I'm not looking at him. But just his personality annoys me a lot. Sounds harsh, but it's also his strongest side, and also one of the things that I like about him, because he's so open-minded and outgoing, and he's saying hello to everybody on the street, and he's a very kind person, but he's also Mr. Funny all the time, and he never shuts up. And that's really annoying when we have 120 travel days a year, and then when we are back home, I'm also seeing him every day, twice a day sometimes. So that's just a lot of noise, and as Anna said, I like to be focused and result oriented, but sometimes he gets in my head.
But it's also a way of helping Kim that I've taken on the task of developing his mind, making him more that he can accept that it's not always in boxes. So it's also a big help for Kim, and I'm glad that you appreciate it in the way you do. So you're welcome.
Time for a short break here on Badminton Unlimited, but do stay with us as things get charged between Astrup and Rasmussen when we pit them against each other.
Don't point at me.
But you don't have to say.
Don't point at me.
I don't need your.
Don't point at me.
And BWF para-badminton experts Katie Hall and Guillaume Gailly share with us the joys of coaching in Africa.
In Africa, they are always very enthusiastic. That's what is easy.
Welcome back. Two contrasting personalities off the court, Astrup and Rasmussen have used those differences to form a formidable partnership on court, which saw them win their first Super 1000 crown and achieve top 5 status in November last year.
I think we complement each other quite well on court, also outside the court.
It's like a circle.
It's like a circle.
Throughout the recent years, we have tried to get better at the things that we're not so good at. In our early years, it was really Kim on the net and me on the backcourt. But now we're trying to be more fluent on the court, that it doesn't matter who's in front and who's so it makes it more difficult to play against us. And Kim is good on the serve and return, and I'm trying to get better and better at that point because I have some other skills, but I have to improve on my weaknesses. So instead of just going in the same direction, being kind of a stereotype men stop, where one is the front guy and one is the back court guy. So
I also think that we are quite good at accepting that we're not going from this to this in one day. We're taking it at small steps at the time, and we just try every day to get a little bit better. And not dream too big, because then it's easy to get disappointed. But when we won the China Open, I think it was an eye-opener that it's possible to do great things, but at the same time we're still humble, and we know that all the other pairs also want to beat us. But I think we're good at taking it at small steps. A lot for us to become European champions. I think we played at a high level all through the week, and we played at a very high level in the first game in the final, and then unlucky for Mads, he pulled something in his back or something? Stomach. So he had to withdraw, but I think we played some good matches in that week, and it was a great title for us to be European champions.
We could enjoy it because the final, yes, they withdraw, but the matches before that had been very good for us. So we're just happy about the tournament. Maybe not the way of winning, but the tournament and the medal. It was, from our point of view, almost a perfect week, playing 5 matches against the world-class pairs and in a huge tournament. And we started off good against the Japanese in Watanabe, having an easier second round against the Germans, who are also playing well. And then we came into the quarterfinal really prepared, not physical, tired or anything. We have never beaten them before, but we were just like, we're gonna beat those guys this time. And early on in the game, it felt like we were totally on top, and we just kept moving on and on, pushing forward, because sometimes we've struggled with a good start and then getting nervous to win, or when we can, okay, we're playing well, we're just hoping that they make mistakes. But that tournament, throughout the week, we just kept making our own points and just went for it, and it turned out to be one of those days or weeks where everything just goes our way, I would say. It has made a huge difference to us in our way of thinking, preparing for a tournament. That I think we have an ambition and belief that we can win every tournament we participate in. And then there's a lot of things that can go wrong, and it almost always will go wrong. But we still look at the draw and think, okay, we can win this tournament. But we don't know if we'll have any titles in 2019. But our mindset is that we can compete with everyone. The weeks after China Open, we were trying to figure out how was that China Open play. How are we going to play like that in that week? But we just have to work hard and get better each day, as all of our opponents are doing. So we can. There's not just a specific way to play like China Open, but I think we have some ambitions on having some titles throughout the year. But we want to be in a position where we can say that we're qualifying for the Olympics, but that means a lot of good results, because I think there are more than a few other bears that are thinking the same way. So we have to stay healthy and injury-free as much as possible, and then just work hard every day.
We know how effective they are as a pair, but what about when competing against each other? It's time to put Astrup and Rasmussen's partnership to the test.
Yeah, I think I'll go to 4-3, maybe in their favor.
5-4 in their favor. 4-4.
I think we're behind.
Yes.
Yeah.
6-4.
6-5.
5-3. I already said that.
Bitburger.
Which year?
Hep. 2014.
Yeah, but yeah, but you didn't know.
Okay, you get a point each for that.
21, 15,
Hep.
21, 16, 21, 18.
Correct.
He said 15. He said
But
15.
you said my final answer.
Yeah,
That
but
was the
you
correct
were
one.
like
Yeah, but you
guessing.
could see that it was not right, 15.
But you did.
Then you just keep on. You don't
didn't
shut
know
up.
the answer.
We played Ayun and Slug from India. Obviously, I can't remember the score.
Then just accept
It's
it.
in January 2018.
Hep. I know we played an Indian pair in the second round as well. And the one is Srikant's brother, and I don't know the name of the other guy. Isn't it Srikant's brother?
Yeah. It actually is, but you don't know his name.
I'll just let
You don't know him.
You don't have
You don't know his name.
You need to give me the full answer.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
But
Can I try?
I can't remember.
she has. the
Don't
answers.
point.
You
Don't point at me.
But you don't have to say.
Don't point at me.
I don't need your.
Don't point at me. Hep.
Lamsvus and ZHOU.
Okay, score.
21, 11, 21, 8. That's really close.
21-8. 21-9. 21-7. 21-10.
Give me a score.
21-11 in the first game.
And
Is that right?
And the second one?
No, you,
I can't.
21-11. 21-11, 21-10. 21-11, 21-13.
No?
21-11.
21-11 final score?
he said 16.
21-11, 21...
You want to hear
What?
writing?
7. First round against Indo and Watanabe, and the final against ZHOU and
Very
The
good.
difficulty on all the other answers. Was it difficult?
So,
Seriously.
I had that one. You
No,
can
no,
get
no,
that.
No, no.
Rewind, press rewind.
No, don't try
Don't.
to- Nigel.
Don't wave my hand away. I know that I was first.
We won in Indian Open and we won in ZHOU.
After the China Open.
Yeah, after China Open.
He already
In
answered.
2018.
Yeah, but we also beat them in India before.
No, but you don't. That doesn't count.
Okay, but then in ZHOU we beat them as well. And then at the World Tour finals.
So final answer is
Two.
very good.
22-20.
21-18, 21-19. Then I won. Woohoo! 5-3. Come out!
You're so loud.
Hi, I'm Katie Hall. I am one of the BWF experts for para-badminton.
My name is Guillaume Gailly. I'm from France. I'm French trainer and French player also in para badminton.
We're coaching the players for a players camp over the weekend.
And also I'm training the trainers, the coaches.
In April this year, Hall and Gai led the Para-Badminton Technical Workshop, supported by the Agitos Foundation at the Lugogo Stadium in Kampala, Uganda. The two coaches shared their experiences as experts in the sport.
I was a club trainer. I started in 2000 in France. Since 2 or 3 years, I started also to do specific para-badminton training in Benin, in Ethiopia with Katie, and here in Uganda last year and this year.
When I stopped playing badminton, I was straight into coaching. It's always been a real passion of mine. I was asked by BWF to do a workshop in Canada 5 years ago now, and it was such a great experience, and just from then I've had the opportunity to travel globally doing these workshops.
1, 2, 3.
You need to be creative and be able to adapt, and that is the key thing for me as a para-badminton coach, is to look at the player, watch the player, work with the player to then get the best out of that player that you can without, with staying within their capabilities and their ability to move, for example.
I know what it means to wear a prosthetic. So we have all different problems, we manage differently. We don't have the same materials, it's not the same prosthetic, but I can feel what it means to wear prosthetic, so it's easier, a bit easier for me. But it doesn't mean that I know everything. So I still have to speak with the players and to try to understand what they are able to do, how they feel when they are playing.
The coaches, it's free of charge. Dressing, it's very cool. I love the feeding and I love the hotel and all their arrangements and the program. Thank you very much. Keep it up and do it more.
It translates the lesson so good. This translates in French, in English. We know if the easy completion to this lesson. But I like it, the very good teacher.
In Africa, they are always very enthusiastic. That's what is easy, because even if they don't know each other from different countries, they become friends very, very fast. And so that's easy for us to have a good, to have fun and to have all the players enjoying when they come here.
From a coach's perspective and a spectator's perspective, when you sit and watch number 1 and 2 in the world playing wheelchair men's singles, doubles, playing SL4, SU5, everything, it just seems more, it's more exciting to me. Like SS6 is a great event to watch, they all are great to watch, but I just find it more exciting, and to be able to coach people who have different abilities and to have that kind of, like I said earlier, like creativity and being able to adapt things, I love that challenge. I find it more compelling to watch sometimes than just able-bodied. I just hope to get as many countries working, especially through the Agitos projects, where we work with countries that may not necessarily have the structure or the resources or the ability to grow para-badminton, so that in 5 years' time, Paris 2024, we have such a good mix of, you know, all the continents and all the players. Yes, what I hope.
When you like it for life, and you just enjoy, and you can find your way to practice and to play badminton. And if you want to just have fun, you can have fun. If you want to compete, you can compete. If you want to smile with your friend, it's okay.
That's it for this episode of Badminton Unlimited. Join us again next week. We find out how Michelle Lee squeezed in some time between her practice sessions in Nanning to get a taste of local life.
Oh, it's so juicy and smells good.
In the meantime, stay connected with badminton by logging on to the BWF fan site, bwfbadminton.com. Bye for now.